So, Pete, you're a mail carrier. You're a USPS employee.
Yep, correct.
How long you been doing that?
28 years.
Oof. Have you always been in Stewartville?
25 of those in Stewartville.
Where were the first 3 years at?
Rochester.
What's it like suddenly being thrown into the spotlight?
It's a little crazy, actually. Yeah, I sure wasn't expecting that. You just do, it's just a normal day with the kids, yeah, I had no idea, but it actually started up about a month ago, and then it kind of went a little bit viral in Stewartville, and it kind of died off, and now it's just taking a whole new life again.
Right. Well, that's right, because it actually was shot in January.
Right, correct.
That's cool. Is that something you do a lot? Take time to have fun with kids?
Oh, absolutely. That's my day. I mean, it's just the innocence of them, and there's so much negativity in the world right now.
Right.
The only ones not negative are the kids.
It's true.
You can't find a negative kid.
Yep. Even when they're angry, they're positive kids.
Yeah, exactly. But how it really started with the kids was 10 years ago. I started carrying a little bit of candy because it was in the summer, and I started to notice you don't see kids outside anymore. Beautiful days, I wasn't seeing kids outside, so I started carrying candy and to get the kids to come outside. So literally, when they knew I was coming, they would wait 3-4 hours outside just for me to show up with one piece of candy.
That's so great.
And the parents loved it, I loved it, and it got them outside and got them a little more active. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how the whole thing started. Well, then now it's just the relationship that's got stronger. I have kids all day long. I love it.
Well, that must be one of the fun things about having a route like that, where you get to interact with the same folks regularly.
Right, correct. You get to know a lot, sometimes too much.
I assume it's not just little kids that you enjoy getting to know, but it's also sometimes it's the older folks on your route that probably need a good hello and a hi. How you doing?
Right, exactly. It's all ages, anywhere, and especially the ones, the older generation that doesn't have family that can check in on them, or I can just check in and say, hey, how are you? And which I do to quite a few of the elderly on my route. You're kind of that watchdog.
Right. Yeah, it's an important role. I used to deliver Meals on Wheels, and I found out just how few people see if they're living at home and they're older and they don't have family coming around. Sometimes it's only the male guy or gal and the Meals on Wheels person.
Right, and I learned that lesson years ago. A lady on my route hadn't picked her mail up, and she picked it up every day. And I should have went with my gut on the first day, and I didn't check her until the third day. Here she had fallen, and she laid there for 3 days.
Oh my gosh!
And I said, I'm not going to let that happen again. So, so I make a point to make sure that you check on these people that need to be checked on.
And since you've been doing it for a while, you must have watched some kids grow up and graduate even.
Oh, that's the worst part. You're like, man, I'm getting old. Yeah, some of them are having kids now.
Right.
So, right, exactly. So you're like, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been going on for so long that, yeah, definitely some of the young ones from years ago that used to bring me pictures every day. Now they're having kids,
That's great. That's just great. We're talking to Katie Bunny.
Yeah.
She's like, the kids think of you as part of the family.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, that's how connected you do get to some of them. Mm-hmm. And the Bunny kids are amazing kids. I mean, they're just, I look more forward to seeing them kids probably than the kids do seeing me.
Well, you might think so, but I got you and I kind of sandbagged you because we also have Katie right here. She's coming into the meeting to say hi.
Hey.
Oh, hi. Hi, guys.
Hi.
That's awesome. Well, that's a surprise.
Hey, Pete. We were surprised that you weren't working today.
Yeah, I got a day off, my day off. So this worked out pretty good.
Okay, I'm Olivia, I'm the oldest.
I'm Claire, I'm the second child.
I'm Isaac, I'm the youngest.
I'm Josie.
And I'm Katie Bunny.
Hey, Katie Bunny. Now, you said something in that story that I thought was really powerful. You think of him as part of the family. When you're out getting ready to do stuff or you're making cookies, you say, hey, remember Pete.
Oh, yeah. The kids actually are probably the ones that remember Pete better than I do. So when we're out and about or making cookies or whatever we're doing, it's like, well, we got to get something for Pete here. One of the cool things that I thought was cool is when it was Pete's birthday, a girl from the town just messaged everybody. I think she might have put a message on Facebook and just said, it's Pete's birthday today. And then the whole community pitches in and gets something for Pete. So yeah, he's special to everyone here.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to say to them, Pete?
Well, you know what, it is true. It's like, you know, you don't realize like the difference you do make in kids' lives, I guess, until like these kids, and it's, I hope I make as much difference as they do me, because it literally, like when I come around the corner to their house, I'm disappointed if I don't see them. It's like they literally are part of my day. So like when they're gone or whatever, I mean, it's disappointing not to see them. It's like, oh, it's like my day's not whole unless I see. And it's not just her kids; it's all the kids on my route, you know, that I look forward to seeing. You know, and that thing about the birthday, it is kind of true, and it's just it's just a nice gesture. The community treats me very well, and I guess your work goes appreciated. So yeah, that's a great thing.
Pete is awesome, and he's just very generous to people, and I love that about him. And he's super special to us, and yeah.
Yeah, and the nicest thing is, I mean, they'll be lifelong friends, no matter what. I mean, once we got that kind of connection, I mean, I'll be friends with these kids probably for life. I'm sure. I don't see that changing, which is a great thing for me. So you guys make my day for sure.
Thanks.
Katie, what do you think when you looked out the window and you saw him getting on the sled? What do you think when you see stuff like that?
I hope our insurance is up to date. No, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all that Pete would do that, but at the same time, it surprised me that he got out of his truck and was sledding down our hill. But I mean, if you look at the video, all the kids have suckers in their mouths because Pete, you know, that's from Pete. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
So I think the funniest part of that video is you only see the beginning, but the kids had built this jump, and I got out of the truck and I said, out of the way, because I'm going over the jump. And I don't think they believed me that I was going to go over the jump, but part of the video was I almost hit a tree. That's part of the video you can't see. So I'm like, yeah, I had to bail off at the last second for sure.
It's a rugged course.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, right. But then I'm like, oh, hopefully I don't get hurt after this.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah. So, but no, yeah. But just how crazy this has gotten from it, it's just kind of cool. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I know that Stewartville loves having you as a community member. You can agree to that, right, Katie?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
And it's people like you, Pete, that make a community fun, that make people feel like they're all part of something bigger. And I can't tell you how much that means to me as a guy that's been in this area for so long. I have moved a bunch, and I've told people, you don't understand. Southeastern Minnesota is different. There's some big towns, there's some small towns, but they feel like you're in a community, like people care about each other, and you exemplify that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and that's absolutely true. Yeah, and like I said about the kids earlier, you know, some adults, they need to find that 10-year-old kid in themselves sometimes and remind yourself, have fun, you know, and forget about the negative stuff and have some fun and focus on that.
Well, and as adults, we're role modeling when we don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. This is that perfect example. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that's role modeling, I guess.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's important to know you can have fun at work.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Well,
but you know, another funny thing about this, how it's changed since I started doing this, what's kind of funny, like with the candy. And of course, most children have cell phones now. So now, like, there's days they don't always get candy every day. You know, there's days, you know, but then there's days when I do have it, I'll go for a little while. But once the first one, especially if it's a no school day, once the first one finds out, they text each other that, hey, he's got candy. Yeah, so it's the assembly line waits for me, that's for sure. So when my kid finds out, by the time I get to my afternoon, they all know. Yeah. So it's pretty funny.
That's cool. That is just fantastic. I think
Yeah,
it's awesome,
for sure.
Katie, that you took the time to shoot video. I think it's awesome, Pete, that you care so much about Stewartville, about the community in which you live. And I think it's great that that kids all over Stewartville are so welcoming and loving.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Katie and family bunny?
Thank you, Pete.
Absolutely. And I truly do love you guys. You make my day.
We love you too, Pete.
You make our day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Bye.
See you later, y'all.
Bye.
Pete, that is amazing to see and hear.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
That definitely makes it a good job.
Well,
Yeah.
Pete, I've really enjoyed this conversation. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just I actually enjoyed this too, and and I just hopefully people see this and just say, hey, yeah, it's not that hard to enjoy your day a little more,
Right.
especially with the times that we're going through right now.
Right.
When people can't see each other, and get in that slump, and especially those that can't get out, and with the COVID and everything.
Pete Breuning, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend.
All right, thank you. You have a great weekend.